We're definitely keeping that. I'm gonna go get my jug.
I didn't know you started.
I like hit record right when that happened. Dude, I watched Interstellar today.
The movie came out in 2014.
Yeah, so like I've done a pretty decent job of avoiding any spoilers. At first when watching it, I thought like maybe I knew one spoiler, but I was assured that I didn't know it, so I was good there. But dude, the one part, okay, spoilers to anyone like who hasn't seen it, obviously. But dude, I loved it, first of all.
I loved it. I absolutely loved it. My dad loved it too.
Yeah. I think my dad probably loved it. I don't know. Maybe not. Who would? I mean, like everyone who I feel like I've talked about Interstellar with have said it's crazy. But like the one part that I thought, but you lost something.
I lost my pick.
That's always. Yeah, that doesn't. Dude, I got an extra maybe somewhere.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Continue.
It's okay.
They disappear and they never return.
Yeah, that's facts. It all usually turns up.
Oh, there it is.
The one part that I thought at first, it ended up not being corny, but the one part that I thought was almost corny was when, what's her name? Dr. Brand, I think? The girl that he's with. Yeah. I think it's Brand.
Yeah.
When she's like, the answer is love.
Yeah.
At first, I was like, oh, God, where are we going with this? But then when it, like, turned out that, like, when he got to the fourth dimension or something, like, it was, like, his daughter's, like, room. Yeah. Then I was like, okay, that's good.
Everything connected. It made so much sense.
Yeah.
It was like the love was the connection that brought him to the fourth dimension.
Yeah.
Or the representation of the fourth dimension.
Yeah, at first I was like, I really hope this doesn't lead to something like bad, because I at first when she was like, she's like, it's love, I was like, oh boy.
Yeah, no, you hear that and you think it's gonna be like some sort of like fairy tale or something.
Yeah, and like super cheesy and just not a good answer to, I don't know, but I freaking loved it. It was, I mean, I only saw it the one time because it was my first time seeing it today, but like, I definitely think it was one of my favorite movies. I honestly, I don't have a favorite movie ever, because I feel like I always watch new movies and then I'm like, that's my favorite. And then like I watch another one and then I'm like, that's my favorite. But like, I feel like it always changes, but that's definitely like, it's definitely up there on my list.
I've seen Interstellar like 10 times easy, and I like after watching it, like went in and looked up all the science and stuff behind it.
Yeah.
Apparently everything's supposed to like check out. Like, everything's supposed to be like scientifically accurate.
So Jack was he had seen it. I don't know how many times he saw it, but he's seen it a few times. He said the first time he saw it, he was tripping on shrooms, which the part is really funny. He actually started cracking up in the middle of it. You know the part where they go to that ocean island.
Dude, that's the whole thing.
That was fucking crazy.
Where the waves are just absolutely massive.
And they just keep coming.
It's because of the gravity, because they were so close to the black hole. The gravity there was nuts.
Yeah. It was just tsunami after tsunami.
Yeah. And these are like mega, ultra, huge tsunamis.
Like, they were looking up and just like
they thought it was a mountain range.
Yeah, that's right. He was like, those aren't mountains.
Moving away.
But, I like... That, fuck, where was I going with that?
You were, it was funny.
Oh, yeah. So the part, the part where they come back after that, and,
the guy's like 20 years older?
Yes, and he's like crying, and it's a really emotional scene. Yeah. Jack just started cracking up, and I'm like trying not to cry, and I'm like, dude, why are you laughing right now? And he goes like, cause dude, the first time I saw it, I was tripping on mushrooms, and his nose was wiggling when he was crying. And I was like, dude, that's such a mood killer, but yeah,
that's
that was funny.
Like one of like the most like that was like a very emotional scene. Yeah. This guy's literally watching his daughter grow up and his son grow up.
And they were there for an hour.
Yeah.
That's the fucking crazy thing.
They were there for a little, like for a couple minutes, couple hours, and it was a lifetime for everyone else.
Yeah, like he was like, hey, I met this girl, I think she's the one, and then like the next one he's like showing him his kid, like his grandchildren, and it's just like, holy.
And then his grandchild dies.
Yeah.
And they have another one.
And then he gets caught, like he starts coughing too. Oh my god.
And then he's like, I've been talking with my wife and I have to let you go, so I'm not gonna do this anymore because I don't.
Yeah, because he lost hope. Yeah. And then, oh my god, such a good movie. I'm definitely gonna watch it again at some point.
That must be the scariest thing, just watching your family just grow up without you in the blink of an eye, and like that.
Oh my god.
And the science checks out. Like it's when you're near something extreme, like people in space. It's very small. Like very minor compared to like
the
compared
time
to like the gravity of a black hole, but people in space, like who are orbiting Earth, like in the space station, they technically experience time a little bit.
I think it depends on how many light years away you go.
Well, it depends on how close you are to a massive object.
Really?
And how fast,
I didn't know that.
And how fast you move. It's because the speed of light is a constant. It can't change. So if the speed of light can't change, something else has to.
What the fuck? That's crazy. Yeah. Dude, well, apparently, this is what Jack said. I guess we could fact check it, but I don't feel like it. But so apparently, like, it's possible. It would have to be light years and light years and light years away, though, and like thousands of galaxies away. If you like put a mirror far away from the Earth and like looked at that mirror through a crazy telescope, like one I don't even think we have the technology for right now, but I think that you would literally be able to see like dinosaurs and shit, and you would be able to see history take place, which is crazy.
I don't know if you can go back.
You can't go back, but you can watch it because
maybe
if you think about it.
Well, it's like a good comparison for that would be Miller's Planet. In the movie, Miller's Planet, the woman got there and died minutes ago, yet 10 years later they show up at the place and she only died minutes ago.
Yes, that was, oh my god, I forgot about that. Yeah. They were literally like, she probably got here an hour ago or something, and she just died. That was crazy. Yeah, man. Oh my god, it's so sick. Yeah. Like, the depth of that movie. Like, it's crazy how, like, in order to come up with a movie that deep, you literally have to, like, the directors and the story writers, you literally have to create an entire world for that.
I mean, that's like...
It's fucking crazy.
Like, that's like what they did with, like, Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Star Wars, yeah. It's like, literally an entire
create a whole
universe.
World. They write new languages. Yeah, all right, so J.R.R. Tolkien was the guy who wrote like the Lord of the Rings books, and he went to Oxford. So he studied at Oxford, and he was about to flunk out. He didn't have a lot of money. He wasn't a rich person, yet he was very smart. So he got into Oxford, and he was going to lose his scholarship, but he was able to transfer to a different
Wait, who is this? Sorry?
The guy who wrote the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Okay.
So he transferred to a different major, and the major was like language studies or something.
Really?
And the way he was able to transfer to it was because he went to the professor, and he started showing the professor all this work. He had a huge passion. Like, in his spare time, he would make up languages.
And that's fucking great. Could you imagine?
He would make up letters of an alphabet. He would create an alphabet.
Wow.
And then he would create languages
that translate,
yeah,
like to be able to communicate just as easily as like English.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
God, imagine the time you have to have on your hands to be. I'm just created a language today.
Some people love it. You know, some people play guitar, and some people
everyone has their thing.
Create languages for fun.
That's crazy. You know? It just sounds crazy to me, but yeah. Dude, another thing about Interstellar, which I totally like going into it. I knew Hans Zimmer did the music, like the music scoring for the movie, but like I just forgot when we went into it, and then I started listening to the background music. I'm like, holy shit!
I know the background music was amazing.
Yeah, dude. I literally good. Sometimes I just listen to Hans Zimmer just like by myself.
Yeah,
just because he's so fucking good, dude.
Who's the guy from Star Wars? Who did the music in Star Wars?
I don't know the name, but I know that he's done a bunch of shit,
Yeah,
right?
no, he's excellent. What the hell is the guy's name? I don't know. The guy's great, though.
Yeah.
You know, when he did the music for Star Wars, it was amazing. Hans Zimmer did the music for, like, Dark Knight. He did the music for Interstellar, Inception. And he was able to build, like, extreme suspense through the music.
That's the thing. I've always kind of thought, I was like, dude, it would be such a cool thing if I could, like, somehow be able to, like, do music for a movie. I think obviously right now I definitely don't have the skills like developed yet. Like I would have to learn so much more about music theory to be able to do that, because literally like you're watching, like, in order to do that, it's just mind-blowing. In order to do that, what he did, you have to watch the movie without music and think about what the emotions are being portrayed off of the movie, and then you have to put that into sound.
Yeah, you have to translate emotion to sound.
Yeah,
and
he did it so good.
Have you ever like watched a movie or been on like an airplane and seen someone play a movie but not hear the sound to it?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like there's nothing to it. But then once like when they're on Miller's planet and he turns around, the waves like right there. It's like, it's like holy shit. Like, like the music,
it makes you feel like, what they're feeling.
Seeing the giant wave is one thing. Yeah. But then having the music hits you on an emotional level.
Dude, even like I think there were two parts in the movie where all it was, do you know what a timpani is?
Yes. Yeah, okay. It was actually what they used for it. They used who's the director again?
Christopher Nolan.
Yeah, I think they used Christopher Nolan's watch, and the clicking that you constantly hear is a 60-second beat from Christopher Nolan's watch.
No way. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. Dude, but like I think there were two parts.
Oh shit, maybe that was actually from the other movie, Dunkirk. I think the clicking was actually... All right, no. What it was
was that also Christopher Nolan?
Yes. There was a constant clicking, and it sounded like a watch the whole time in Dunkirk, because time was... I mean, actually, in both movies, time was of the essence, obviously.
Yeah.
But that one was like... There was a clicking. There was a constant clicking in the background. And then I remember in the very end when they finally get back to... spoiler. When they finally get back to England, the clicking just stops because the kid passes out on the train. And it's like the timer is stopped. They're finally safe.
I wonder if because sometimes if you...
In Interstellar, I don't think they had the clicking, but it was all timed as a watch. Like, it was timed, like, it was, like, you know, like, remember when they're on the planet, it was, like, it sounded kind of like bamboo. It was, like, click, click.
Not
click.
really.
Well, it was like that the whole movie.
I'm sure, because sometimes I did this with Revenge of the Sith, because I've seen Revenge of the Sith, like, 30 times. Yeah. And, I went back and listened to with, like, headphones, like the headphones I used to, like, produce, which have a completely flat EQ. There's no, like, bass boost shit going on. And, like, you hear a lot of shit going on that you wouldn't hear just out of, like, a TV or, you know. And that's another reason why I love going to movie theaters, because the sound systems are usually crazy.
Excellent.
Yeah. So, but, yeah, man, I would love to... I definitely wouldn't be able to at this point, because I'm just not musically, I don't think, talented enough. Mm-hmm. But that would be, like, like dream come true if I were able to have the skills to be able to put into a movie. And because that would be, I feel like that's like if you can score a movie, like the music to it, like, you're God.
Yeah.
like because just being able to know like which scales on the piano portray what emotions, because like there's literally like there's like science to it, like certain scales like just portray, like obviously E minor is the saddest. Usually you think of E minor as a very sad scale. Yeah, E minor. Yeah, but like having that, just like even that just in the back of your head, like what scales do what to people's emotions.
John Williams with Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dude, you know, I love the scoring in The Mandalorian too. That's not by the same guy, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's like some new...
honestly, like, what were Hans Zimmer though? Before we move away from Hans Zimmer,
Yeah.
his so I'm definitely an amateur when it comes to this, but I had this because I had an interest in music theory. It's very complex. Maybe it's not.
Crazy.
Maybe I just don't understand
it's complex.
it.
It's complex.
All right, good.
I don't understand. Like,
but I've looked into it, and
Yeah.
there was this point where whenever I go on YouTube, one of the suggested videos would be like, what was it? It was like how Hans Zimmer uses the music to portray like time is of the essence in Dunkirk. Like that's how I knew about The Watch.
Yeah,
And then I saw
yeah.
that for Interstellar, and I saw that for Star Wars. Like how
Yeah.
John Williams uses the music to bring out the emotion of the characters or something,
Right.
or to tell the story better or something. And this guy would show, he would show the tablature, and then he'd show how the songs either move up or down.
Yeah.
And how that
how they
affects-
crescendo the entire movie.
Yes, and how it's supposed to affect the person, how it's supposed to affect your own emotions. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to this and I'm like, it like makes complete sense. I wouldn't know how to do it myself, but like I was learning from it, and it's so interesting because like they're like, see how you feel in this scene as the music continuously increases.
Yeah.
And then drops. And then it increases again. And it keeps throwing you around for this emotional roller coaster. And I'm like you don't even realize how much of an impact the music really has on the telling of the story.
There was some type of interview that they were in, like, or maybe it was an award ceremony thing, and I guess Star Wars, I don't remember what Star Wars it was, but like George Lucas was up there like accepting like awards for Star Wars, and one of them was for the scoring, and he said it was something like he always thought music was like the hidden language in movie. He said something like very I don't remember exactly what it was, but something like it was the hidden language, like the answer to movies. Like it plays such a big role in like we've said, like in portraying emotions, like what the movie is trying to do. And it's just, it gives the audience of the movie that extra I guess like, I don't know.
The emotional connection.
Yeah,
Think
yeah,
about
yeah.
it. Would you rather watch a movie with no sound or hear a movie with no sight?
Yeah. Yeah, facts.
That doesn't answer it.
Well... Wait, what?
Like, would you rather watch a movie with no sound or hear a movie and not be able to see it?
Oh.
Personally, it's all fun to watch.
Oh, that's a
things
hard
and stuff.
one, man.
I know, like it's great to watch it and everything, but I mean, like
I wouldn't want to do either.
I like listen to podcasts and stuff all the time. Like I don't need the visual
True.
to get the sense of the
Yeah.
the emotion behind it. Like think about it. I was watching that one Joe Rogan podcast with Kevin Smith, and I couldn't see it because I was working out, but I felt it when he started talking about the dog.
Yeah.
I felt it when he started. Now,
I remember that
If
part.
I could see his face while he was talking about it and not be able to hear it,
Yeah.
I would have
Probably
no
wouldn't
idea what's going on.
I would definitely do the sound then, because not only
Exactly.
can
It's
you get
because-
dialogue, you
because-
get music.
Yeah.
I feel like there's just more to it.
I think sound just reaches you on a more emotional level.
Yeah, but then again, there were some crazy shots in Interstellar.
If you
that
can
was
get
like,
if you can get them both,
Dude.
yeah.
the shot where, oh my god, I literally while watching it I got chills. The shot where they back up, and I'm sure, I don't remember exactly, but I'm sure there's some crazy Hans Zimmer shit going on. But like the scene when can't remember his name, Matt Damon and Cooper are like fighting, like when he finds out that he played them. And it just zooms out, and you just see, I don't remember what the planet was called, but you just see...
they just called it Man's Planet.
That's right, that's right.
But it was like...
Yeah.
It was
Man's
like,
Base or whatever.
It was like the clouds were floating.
Yeah.
And there was no surface to the planet, so these clouds
'Cause they were ice.
solidified, and they became ice, just floating clouds of ice.
Oh my god. That shot of just zooming out and then just seeing them just like beating the shit out of each other was so fucking cool.
Yeah. You know how they filmed that?
How?
All right, so Miller's Planet was filmed. I forget exactly where, but it was filmed in a place where the water was just 2 feet deep for like miles.
Really?
Yeah. So that wasn't CG. That was an actual location.
God.
And Man's Planet was filmed on a glacier. And
that's what I thought. I thought it looked kind of like.
But just near the glacier, a volcano had just gone off, and there was volcanic ash all over the glacier. No way. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So that's how they filmed that.
Because I thought that. I was like, it looks kind of like. That was, like, I don't know, like Antarctica or some shit, but like it had that black like smudge on it, and I was kind of like, like I don't think that. Yeah, that makes sense.
They said it was perfect. It was exactly what they needed. This volcano went off, and the volcanic ash got all over this glacier. And then what they did was I guess they like flipped the image or something.
Yeah,
so they had, like,
that was definitely just post.
They had like ice above it, so like there's a cloud above you. Yeah. And then there's a cloud that they were standing on, and they're all just covered in ash.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love backstory, like just like the making of like certain movies and stuff. Like apparently, I think everyone on TikTok knows this, but the one scene in Lord of the Rings when God, what's his name? The guy Aragog. I think that's his name.
Aragorn?
Aragorn. Yeah. I haven't watched Lord of the Rings that many times, but
okay. Well, you're missing out.
I've seen it like a few times. So, I don't know. Continue. Apparently, like when he kicked his helmet, he broke his toe.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, like everyone on TikTok knows that because like a million people posted the same video.
Yeah, they had him film that. So I've actually never seen that on TikTok, but I've seen it on like YouTube and stuff. But he filmed that scene so many times. He just kept kicking the helmet and kicking the helmet and kicking the helmet, and finally on the last take, he kicked the helmet so hard he broke his foot. And his scream in agony was legitimate, like, pain. Ow, I broke my foot.
Yeah, but his scream in that literally, like, you felt it. Yeah. Like, as the watcher, you were like, holy shit. Yeah. Like, he's not doing too hot.
Like, that wasn't acting.
What's the other... It might have been Wolf of Wall Street when... I know it was Leonardo DiCaprio, but
No, you know what you're thinking of? You're thinking of Django. In Django...
Okay. I don't think I've seen that movie, but I feel like I've...
Leonardo DiCaprio, excellent acting. Yeah. He takes, like a glass bottle or something... And he smashes it, or he smashes his hand into the table or something. Yeah. And he slams it into a piece of glass and shatters the glass, and he cuts his hand open, and everyone who's sitting at the table is like they're all like in actual shock because that wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. Like, so they're all just like, oh my god, like they're in shock. Like, so, like it wasn't that they didn't break character. It's that they were just in shock. Yeah. And he continues the scene.
And he just plays it out.
He's like, God damn, that hurt really bad. And then he keeps going with this bloody hand, and it was just excellent acting. Oh my god. And that wasn't scripted. That was him cutting his hand and actually fucking his hand up, but staying in character and continuing the act.
That's amazing. Yeah. That's like, dude, that's like, you gotta have something else, like talent-wise, to be able to...
It took him a while to get an Oscar.
Yeah, honestly,
honestly, there were a lot of movies. He should have gotten an Oscar for Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh my god.
I think he should have gotten an Oscar for Titanic.
The Great Gatsby, he was great.
I didn't see that one.
It's good. It's pretty good.
I saw it on the TV like earlier today. It was on like DirecTV or something. DirecTV, HBO Max. That's
it's pretty good.
It was on HBO Max, and I was like, should I watch it? I'll take a nap instead. I'm exhausted today. I ran like I did some sprints today. I ran 4 miles. I worked out. I did a core workout. I did a lot of shit. I got 5 hours of sleep. So.
Damn.
Yeah.
I need like at least, I would say 6, 7 to feel like maximum like
I
efficiency the next day. Yeah. Yeah. Dude.
But what we were talking about with like scores or with like Hans Zimmer, like I love that scene where man gets on the like he's trying to get into the what's it called, the Endurance, and then he blows up.
Oh my god! And then he spins the ship,
the ship starts spinning, and then the music sets the scene, and you're like, holy
dude, my heart was racing. I literally, because I was laying down kind of, and I had my arms folded, and I literally felt like my heart beating, like through my hand. I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking crazy, dude.
It was insanity. It was such a good scene. And you want to know, actually, it was funny, is the first time I saw that movie, I just picked it out and downloaded it onto my mom's tablet when my dad and I were going to Colorado for a ski trip. And I was like, hey, Dad, let's just like watch this movie. Like, it's supposed to be pretty good. And he's like, okay. And then we're watching the movie, and then we get to Denver. We still have like a half hour left in the movie. Like, we're just about to get to that scene.
Oh yeah.
And my dad's like, and they started like looking things up about like what's it called, like time dilation and stuff.
Yeah. That's
like
what it is.
String
Time
theory
dilation.
and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh my god, and then he could not wait for the flight home because he wanted to finish the movie so bad.
Oh
and he's
my
like,
God.
all right, we're gonna rewind like 30 minutes and stuff just so we can watch more of it again.
Yeah, dude, the thing about Interstellar, what Christopher Nolan and just like anyone who like participated in that movie, in the making of the movie, what they did so well was just keeping the energy going throughout the movie. Hello.
Yeah, I heard Sarge knock. He just runs face
like
first into the door.
Frank actually literally like Frank knocks on the door, like he like scratches on there. He's like,
No, Sarge just runs head first into the door. And then if it's latched, then he just hits his head really hard.
oh, I'm coming.
He's like a little battering ram.
Oh my god. But yeah, like a lot of movies, they, you know, like I'm definitely sure you've experienced movies that the energy kind of dies out in the middle or something. Yeah. And like, dude, the last hour of Interstellar, it did not die out at
Absolutely
all.
not.
It was just getting crazier and crazier.
Honestly, the beginning was very slow, but when a movie has a slow beginning, that's because they're building up character value. You know, they're helping you to understand,
develop attachments to the characters and stuff.
They're showing you Cooper's love for his daughter.
Yeah.
And they're showing you how strong it is and how much it hurt when he left and when she left him, or when he left her.
Yeah.
You know. And then they get into the serious stuff, and then from there it only goes up. You know, like Miller's Planet was crazy. Man's Planet was crazier. Then what happened after that was just mind blowing.
You know what's crazy is it kind of ended like slightly on a cliffhanger, sort of, because the girl went to Edmund's planet. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure her name was Dr. Brand. But
yeah, you're right.
Like, and she was just there by herself. Like, she literally, like,
and the way
Edmund.
they showed, he didn't make it. It looked like something like a rock slide got him or something. Yeah. But in the end, she takes off her helmet, which means that that Edmund's planet was habitable.
Right. So, yeah, I didn't even catch that.
So.
Oh my God, yeah.
So if that's the case.
And she had she
had the embryos.
Yes. Oh my God, I didn't even catch that.
So if that's the case, they have people living on the space stations that they made back in the solar system, back in our home solar system, and a new colony that's coming up with her.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So like both of those.
So there's two different human settlements.
Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. I was kind of confusing at first. First of all, I was really happy that I had a friend there to explain shit that I didn't understand. Yeah. Because like, I think I was doing a decent job of like picking up some sciencey stuff that was going on. Yeah. But like I definitely would have been severely out of the know. Like I feel like with how much I did like comprehend from it, I would have had to watch it a few more times to get it.
It's one of those movies where you watch it and then you pick up something else every time.
Yeah.
You understand it more. It's kind of like when I watch Game of Thrones. Every time I rewatch Game of Thrones, I pick up something else.
Have you watched Game of Thrones a few times?
6 times.
Really?
Yeah.
I honestly, I watched it and then I got to season 4, which everyone tells me is like the best season, and then I just stopped for some reason. But I started reading the book for a little bit. But
and
dude,
everyone always says the books are better.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
just
like,
debatable.
I feel like that's just people being douchebags. Though I feel like people being
I
read, and you don't.
Yeah, that's true. Because like, dude, there's no music scoring in a book. Like,
yeah, that's true.
You can't get extremely impact. Like when I saw that shot of those two, Mans and Cooper, fighting, I felt it. Like that when it was zooming out and the music was doing something crazy. Like I felt it. Like books, that's definitely something books can't do.
Yeah, but what a book can do is fit in a much larger story. Because in a movie you get 2 hours, in a book you can go until you drop.
Yeah, dude. The problem. So I started watching. First of all, I'm a terrible reader. I have severe ADD, so I don't know. I lose focus way too quick.
So I can't
read. So like the problem I ran into with reading Game of Thrones is that like Dude, I was like 100 pages in, and like, I swear to God, I was probably on the 3rd episode. Like, I was like, this is way too long. They're going into depth they're going way too into depth. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like probably
too
not.
Slow.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And honestly, like with me, like I'm like books move too slow, or it's maybe me moving too slow while I'm reading the book. Like,
I'm moving too fast for the book.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah.
We live in a fast-paced world too, so.
True.
Reading takes time.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, so I've been, like something else that like also they literally had to create an entire world to make it was, dude, Red Dead Redemption, bro. Mm-hmm. It's literally, so like, I don't think I've played such a sophisticated video game ever. Like, the amount of, dude,
what was it? I never really played these, but Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, so that was, I would say Red Dead does have more depth than Grand Theft Auto 5. So Red Dead, my friend Jake was talking to me about it. It took 7 years to make that game, where and which obviously 7 years of work is gonna cost a lot. GTA 5 was like what kind of got them the finances, I think, to be able to work on a video game for 7 years, where GTA, they worked on it a lot. Obviously, it does have a lot of depth to it. Like, you can, even after the storyline, you can just like continue playing and just find new shit like crazy. But that, I think they definitely spent more time on Red Dead. Like, dude, even just like how the characters respond to different things happening in the environment. Like, dude, one time in the beginning of the game, I won't give away too much, but in the beginning of the game, you go to a bar with this guy named Lenny, who's like, he's in your gang. And you just get wasted, and like, it's really funny, and you're just like walking around, you're like, Lenny, and you're looking for Lenny, and you see like, it's really funny, you see like whores in the bar, but it's Lenny's face because you're wasted. You're just like, Lenny, there you are, and then it's just like, I'm not Lenny, and then you're just like, okay, and then you just continue looking for Lenny. But like, after, at one point, you leave the bar and you're just so fucked up, and there's like, I guess like law enforcement comes in, and because you start getting violent, like you start like waterboarding a guy, because you're in Red Dead, you're a freaking you're like, you know,
cowboy.
Yeah, you're cowboy, you're gunslinger. So you're literally like waterboarding a guy, and they're like laughing about it, and they're like, and they're like drunk as hell, and like in one part, I guess like law enforcement starts to chase you because like you're, you know, being a little rowdy, and literally like I started to run away in the game, and then like I just like happened to run into a pole, but I didn't mean to. I was like, damn, I should have avoided that pole. But instead of like your character just like hitting the pole and then like stopping, no, dude, he literally he bounces off of the pole, and he like and then he falls back, and then because he's all drunk and stuff, like they literally, there's just so much depth into like how your character reacts to different environments, and like same thing like with the dialogue, dude. Like if you're, let's say like you're riding a horse like very far away from like who you're talking to, like another NPC, they will, like, based on how far you're away you are.
Yeah, the voices.
Yeah, they'll shout instead of being like, hey, come over here.
So remember Greg from back in the old days?
Yeah.
All right, so Greg one time was playing, he told me this, he was playing Grand Theft Auto, and his dad used to live in, what is it, San Diego or San Francisco or Los Angeles or whatever.
One of those.
Whichever one it is. And his dad's like walking past the screen, and he stops, and he turns, he's like, is that whatever street? And like he like Greg like walks over to the sign like in the game, and he looks up like the street sign, and he's like, yeah, it's that street. He's like, I used to live on that street.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, in what game?
In Grand Theft Auto 5.
Really?
Yeah, because it's like modeled after San Francisco.
Yeah. So
right?
I forget what the
and it was so accurate. They had the street that Greg's dad lived on.
That's crazy. Yeah. I didn't know it was that accurate.
And Greg's dad recognized it.
I think they did the same thing with Red Dead, where there's one city that you go into. They call it Saint Denis, but it's supposed to be oh fuck, what was it? New Orleans. It's supposed to be New Orleans.
Okay.
And it's the same thing. It's modeled after New Orleans, but they just called it a different thing. They did the exact same.
Like they called it like San Fran something or other instead of San Francisco.
Yeah, I forget what it was in.
Was.
Yeah, it was San something.
Los Alamos or something in Los Angeles.
It was like, yeah. Well, there's actually a lot of like comedic references to just like society in general in Grand Theft Auto. Like, I guess I haven't played it.
Do you remember in Fallout 4, you'd like run past a gas station and the sign would be like $115 a gallon?
Really?
Yeah.
I never caught because inflation.
I guess. No, because the resource war. Remember, like the whole reason.
Oh yeah.
Started because they were out.
Okay,
of
yeah,
oil.
that's right. Yeah. Oh, I never caught that.
Yeah.
That is a really.
Yeah, I remember one time I was like building a settlement and I was deleting the thing and I was like $115.
That's what I could just imagine you like. That's way too expensive. Just like
This is ridiculous. How can I afford that on 16 miles to the gallon?
Oh my god, that's funny. Yeah, dude. It's just like I feel like any form of like video games or movies or whatever, you literally have to.
It's like a form of art again.
Yeah, well, definitely, but like you just have to create this entire universe that all these characters.
Well, that's
like,
the thing. That's the thing is like when they create one. I was listening to the Kevin Smith podcast. They were talking about it.
Yeah.
They were saying like when you create a world, it's so easy to make a sequel because the world's already created. You just gotta change a few things around.
You alter it.
Yeah, like I remember when they did so when like Xbox One came out, they made like I think like Assassin's Creed Unity, but then they also made Assassin's Creed Rogue, which was just for the Xbox 360.
Right, I think I remember that.
So what they did was they took Black Flag and they literally just reskinned it and changed the story.
Yeah.
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 So they made a whole other game, but like just changed some things around.
Right.
You know, they had this world and they tweaked it a little bit.
Yeah.
So once you make a world, you know, if you're gonna make a sequel, it's not hard.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. You just have to get that first foundation.
Yeah.
Of whatever is happening in that world or whatever the main problem is or whatever.
I don't really play video games anymore, but I'm actually really like interested because like the people who started making like Halo and stuff, they fucked it up. They made it just terrible.
Yeah,
but
that's what I heard.
They've been taking years. Like it's been years. Halo 5 came out in like 2017 or something, and they haven't made a Halo since then. And they've been working on Halo like Infinite or something.
Yeah,
and like when they dropped the trailer for it, it looks a lot like the old Bungie Halo, but it still has elements of the new thing. So it's kind of like they did the best of both worlds. And it's supposed to be everyone's really hyped about it. I hope it works out. Like, but I'm really interested
because it's cross-platform. So I have PC.
Oh,
and I could play with you. I'm thinking about, but I also really want Battlefield 2042.
But I don't think I'm gonna get the new Xbox. I think my video game days are kind of like over.
That's right.
Yeah, I haven't played video games in so long.
Yeah,
I just love the stories.
That's one reason why I got PC is because, well, not only
new console every freaking year.
I know, it's fucking not every year.
Well, every like 7 years or something.
7 to 10 usually. Yeah. Like that's I feel like the ballpark, but it adds up over time. Yeah. Not to mention video games are also $80 now. They start.
Dude, the last time I bought a video game, it was $65. That's how long I've been out of the loop for.
Well. Dude, so like when my dad used to game and he used to like play like Battlefield 1943 or 42, I don't remember. But that was like.
That was another thing I want to talk about. We're coming back to that. It's not Battlefield, but it's Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1
okay.
Yeah.
He used to play that, and when he was gaming, video games were $40, and then in our generation they were $60.
I remember when they were like $55.
Yeah. It was,
But when I stopped buying them, they were $65.
Pre-ordering, I swear to God, like it's like $100.
That's why.
I know, it's crazy. It's just not worth it at that point, I don't think.
Yeah, no, they lost. They're losing a customer here.
Yeah, man, Battlefield 1. What about
Yes, Battlefield 1. All right, so we were talking about like how detailed they were getting and stuff.
Yeah.
And Battlefield 1, like remember when you like crawl on the ground and you're in like a muddy spot?
Yeah,
like,
mud would get on your gun.
On your gun and on your person and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, there was also in so like I played the new God of War. Like I played it 2 times through. But one thing that they changed from the other God of War 3, which they're very the new God of War is much more like an RPG sort of, where like you can kind of roam around and do your thing. But the older ones, it was just like one storyline going around. It had like fixed camera angles and like what the story was. That's all you did. But one thing that they got rid of from God of War 3 is when you would like, if like there were a bunch of guys around you and you were like kind of surrounded, just from fighting, there would literally just be blood just splattering on you, and it would get on all over your body, and your body would just be covered with blood, and it's just like, it was so sick.
You know, one thing that I thought was so stupid, and I know you're gonna agree with me, is in Battlefield, when like you need to fix your tank, you get out and you just get your wrench and you just twist your wrench,
tighten some bolts.
You just twist a wrench.
Like, all right, we're getting ready. We're getting ready.
And now, what do you know? All the bullet holes are gone.
Yeah. Well, I guess I had to come up with something.
I know. What if you like corny. What if you like opened a hatch and started moving things around in like the engine or something? Okay, yeah. But like you literally take a wrench and you don't even touch the freaking
I used
tank.
to actually you just like
I
would try to find a bolt.
Yeah.
Just like I don't know.
You find the bolt and you pretend you're turning the bolt. Yeah,
dude. Yeah, I mean in like Battlefield 4. It was just, you just had a blowtorch and you would just kind of blowtorch stuff and it would just work and it would just come back to life. But I mean, I don't know. That's Battlefield, I guess.
It was, like, I just wish they came up with something a little bit better. Like,
yeah.
Maybe the animation or something was hard and they had to do something.
Yeah. Well, dude, I think online games in general, I'm gonna probably get the new Battlefield when it comes out. Because, like, I've just always been a Battlefield junkie, but I think I'm kind of more into the single player games now, because dude, me too.
I feel like I was just getting so fed up, like with the new like Call of Duties and stuff, like
yeah,
and like Modern Warfare, like the original Modern Warfare. Like, it was like everyone was kind of like even, and you could just like fuck around.
One attachment.
Yes.
That was it.
Yeah, and now it's like 16 attachments.
Yeah.
And now if your gun weighs too much, it takes too long to aim.
Yeah.
Oh, it's too heavy. I have to aim it slower. Like. Yeah,
it definitely, they went a little crazy.
Yeah.
I think they went
way too far.
I think also it's just so sweaty now.
Oh,
online games, just with like the way that how impactful like streaming has been on kids. They're just like, I want to be the next ninja or like whatever.
Yeah. Dude, when I was at work the other day, I was like on kayak and I was just like watching the swimmers and stuff, and one of them was like, "Excuse me," I'm like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Are you the guy from Fortnite?"
Oh, dude, I thought they were gonna like.
When I was like, I don't play video games, so I don't know. Like, dude, and they're like, "You look like the guy from Fortnite." I'm like, okay. And I was with my buddy Edison.
Oh god, that's cringy.
And me and him were chilling, and this guy comes up to him. He's like, "You look like the guy from the new Call of Duty game."
Oh,
and Edison's like, "I don't play Call of Duty, but all right, I'll check it out."
Dude, it's like, I remember I went to years ago. I went to a Halloween thing, and it was like there were kids dressed up as Fortnite characters. And I was kind of like, oh, man.
Remember when people used to dress up as fucking Batman?
I know. It's like, yeah, like, dude, I don't remember that ever. I guess now, especially with COVID, you're kind of forced to like, well, I mean, now obviously things are opened up slightly more. But,
yeah, well, they're trying to close shit.
I know, with the new variant.
Yeah, things are not going great, but whatever.
No, they're not. That's another topic. But, yeah, I like... Yeah, I remember like wanting to be like an army guy. I mean, I guess maybe that was Call of Duty related, but or like I was a bottle of mustard one year. Like, I don't know, man. It's just like video games have kind of definitely for the younger generation. I don't know what generation we are.
We're Gen Z, right?
All right, we're Gen. Okay, I've been told like
We're millennials, but we're not.
Yeah, it's like
we're
changes
not
every day.
I think you have to be like in 1995 to be a millennial.
Yeah,
everyone after that,
it's something
Gen
like
Z,
that.
I think.
But we liked video games, but I definitely was not to this extent. And and growing up, I definitely like being, slightly matured than how I was when I was 10 years old. I find I'm like, damn, I wish I spent less time playing video games and more time like
playing guitar,
practicing guitar, or like riding mountain bikes, or like anything else, any sort of hobby that you could take with you your whole life,
Remember that time we rode mountain bikes and we went down that hill, that big fucking hill?
I think
I was like waiting for it. Like, where'd you go?
Oh my god!
And you ate it.
Terrible.
And then you came down and I popped a tire, and you were like, oh, I know you gotta walk back. And then we're walking our bikes, and you're like, something's not right.
Yeah, because I was riding, and it was like every wheel turn, I was like, yeah, it was.
And it turned out you bent your whole rim.
Dude, that sucked, man.
It was so funny.
Dude, I remember.
You're like, ha ha. Wait a minute.
Dude, I remember getting home that day, and like, I immediately went in the shower, and it was just dirt and blood just coming off me because I just ate shit, man.
Remember.
I had like cuts all down my back. My legs were scraped up.
I haven't thought about this in so long.
God.
Remember when we were at the top of the quarry? We're like 600 and you're holding your helmet.
It was a point.
You're holding your helmet and you're like, look over there. And then your helmet just detaches from
Yeah, we're 800 feet above sea level.
and then we just watch your helmet just plummet 600 feet.
Well, dude, what was funny too is that it slowly rolled off. But neither of us, being how high we were, and like
the edge,
the cliff was right there. We just like, I honestly, I started to like, I was like, but then I completely hesitated, obviously, and then I just like watched it slowly tumble off the cliff, and then it was just like, whoop, and then it just fell down.
And then like it's like silence, and then 3 seconds later we hear like,
oh my god, that was so fucking
dude,
funny.
our faces, we were both just like,
our jaws were dropped completely.
I haven't thought about that in so long.
Dude, that was probably the gnarliest wipeout that I've been in. Dude, what happened was like, so I saw your line that you went down, and like, I was like, I guess I'll take that line. But then I noticed in one area the rocks were a little chunkier than the other ones, and I was like, fuck, I don't know if I want to.
Hey, did you try to switch over?
Yeah, and I tried, because that area we were riding in, it was like,
really steep.
There were tire tracks, like those were the lines we were using.
It was steep as hell there.
It was steep,
was the steepest spot.
And it was loose rock. Yeah. And as I went over, I got out of the line because I saw the chunky rocks coming, and I got into the grass. And then as soon as I got into the grass, it just like, the front end just like, whoop, and it just wiped out. And my legs were still attached to my bike. And I was just like, ba-boom, ba-boom, ba-boom. And I bounced 3 times.
Yo, remember?
And I remember, that's why it took so long, because I was just laying on the ground just like,
remember that SpongeBob episode where Patrick swallowed the jellyfish?
No, Squidward
swallowed the jellyfish, and then his legs get to, and then he
Dude, that's what it felt like.
He tumbles down the whole mountain still attached to his bike, and then it just blows up like an atomic bomb.
That's the best part of Mushroom Cloud. Dude, there's also, I don't think it was that scene, because that scene, it was a cartoon Mushroom Cloud, but whatever one, when they literally, it was definitely not Hiroshima, because I don't think they would have been able to pull that off.
I think it was the atoll testing.
Okay, but they literally show like an actual atom bomb in like black and white footage. I love that. Oh my god. Anyway,
yeah, I
dude,
forget when they did that.
We're at 50 minutes right now.
You want to call it?
Guess we could.
We got a good podcast right
We did get a good I enjoyed that one. Not as emotional as the last one.
Yeah, didn't want to do that.
I know.
I've
that was
had
rough.
Enough emotion.
It was rough.
Yeah,
I think it was necessary.
Yeah.
But it was, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it was that podcast came out pretty sick. All right, guys. Follow us on Instagram. It's at Andy. Well, just a distinct AE podcast. Maybe not. I don't know. Yeah, I'll record myself after. All right, guys. This is future Eric right now talking. So I got it right the second time. It is Distinct AE Podcast. Go follow us there to stay up to date with distinct stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, all right, guys. Peace.